Coming up, a series so iconic that you must read it, featuring some courageous lions, some wicked witches, and more than one crazy adventure. All that is coming right up on the newest episode of The Masked Reader. So cue the intro. Hi everyone, welcome to the newest episode of The Masked Reader. Today, instead of reviewing one book, we're just going to review an entire series because one book isn't enough. So this series is stuck somewhere in my junky pile of junky stuff. So we should, go there and find it. Whoosh! So, this isn't the book, but, I forgot exactly where we got this, but this is awesome. I love samurai swords. Put that over here. Unfortunately, that wasn't the book, so we should, go to finding the book. So, whoosh! All right. Without further ado, a series written by C.S. Lewis, and this one specifically illustrated by Pauline Baynes. Wait, is it Pauline Baynes? This is the Chronicles of Narnia. So, the Chronicles of Narnia is a very popular series written in 1960 something. It is sold a lot, millions of copies actually, and it's very popular, which is why I'd like to review it to you today. If you can see it, it is made up of 7 books. The most popular ones are the first, the second, and the 7th. First, because it's the first book. The 7th is because it's the last book, and the most popular one of all is the second one. I'm going to review mainly those 3, but I'm also, going to give a few details about all of the books. So the first one, let's pull it out, is, oh my god, this is so hard to pull. Oh my god. Aha. So it's called The Magician's Nephew, written by C.S. Lewis, obviously. The Magician's Nephew is a story about in this book, Polly and Diggory are the main 2 characters. They become friends on a cold, wet summer's day. And yes, I know, cold and summer doesn't really rhyme, but in this case, yes it does. They become friends when all of a sudden, somebody comes named Uncle Andrew. Now, Uncle Andrew thinks that he's a magician, and he sends the 2 off to a weird place called Narnia. It's an entirely new world. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of time to explore because upon their arrival, a huge, wicked sorceress gets awakened. And they have to save this new world before the sorceress comes and destroys it. I believe that this is a great start to a series. It's full of action. It displays, the characters really well. And overall, I think I like it. Oh yeah. Obviously, the magical place that Polly and Diggory got whisked away to was called Narnia. So it's also great for foreshadowing all the everything else that's going to happen in the book. So the next book that we're reviewing is arguably the most popular of this series, and if I can pull it out, that'd be awesome. And it's called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. C.S. Lewis. This is the most popular book out of all the series. I don't know how many copies it sold, but it far outsold all of the other books that C.S. Lewis wrote. In this story, Lucy, one of the main characters of the story, is only the 3rd human to discover the land of Narnia. How does she discover it? Well, one day she goes to hide in her bedroom closet, and the closet apparently turned into a portal and whisked her away to Narnia. I know, it's a nice start to a book. Soon, other members of Lucy's family discover the place of Narnia. However, in the first book, Narnia was a beautiful place. When they come to Narnia this time in the second book, Narnia is frozen. Everything's made of snow and ice, and it's just frozen. They discover soon, later in the book, who started and who transformed Narnia into ice. And that was another wicked witch. They tried to discover how to return Narnia to its original form, and while they do that, they meet one of their strongest allies who will become very useful in the later books, a lion named Aslan. This is one of the main characters, and he is the heart and soul of Narnia. I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. They do manage to defeat the witch and restore Narnia to its original spot. Alright. There are a few other books like The Horse and His Boy. There's also Prince Caspian, and in Prince Caspian, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull it out to you. So I'm just gonna pull this out because that's annoying. Okay, so there are a few other books like The Horse and His Boy, another sequel to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and there's also Prince Caspian, the trequel or something to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, in which the real king, Prince Caspian, is trying to restore his throne from an imposter who enslaves all the people of Narnia. So then Lucy and her friends are summoned again from Aslan to try to restore Narnia. And it goes on like that. There's the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Here's an image of the book. Here's the Silver Chair. And then there's the last book, which is called The Last Battle. That's, a nice way to end the book because the title is last in it, since it's the last book. And in The Last Battle, Aslan goes missing. Dun, dun, dun. Without Aslan, an imposter takes Aslan's place. Aslan's imposter turns Narnia into a horrible place where everybody is enslaved. So, one last time, Lucy, her family members, and Prince Caspian, who we learned about in the fourth book, all join together in one final battle of good versus evil, and the result is incredible. So, why is this one of the most popular series? Let me try to hold this. Why is this one of the most popular series ever? Well, the reason is that every book is amazing. Sometimes there are series where some books are like the first book and the last book are super interesting, and then the middle is just a little bit weird. And then there are some series where the last part of the series is incredible, but the first part, it takes a little while to get into that action. This one, although there are some books that are more popular than others, every single book is full of action and it's just going to capture you. The book is like a magnet and you're the piece of metal. You cannot get rid of the books. This series is just awesome. We love the characters. Aslan is an iconic character in Narnia. A lot of people can recognize the name, and he's probably one of the reasons that I like lions, because lions are my favorite animal too. And yeah, Aslan was one of the first lions that I ever read about. So yeah, I have a bit of memory reading these series. This series is iconic. I do recommend it to everyone, all ages, and I'm just gonna give this series a rating of 500 quintillion out of 10. So yes, unfortunately, this is the end of another episode of The Master Eater, but not unfortunately, this is the end of 2020, thank God. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you had an incredible Christmas, and I'll see you next week.